There are lots of ways to learn about the Oregon Trail and the pioneers who opened the American West. There are markers and plaques and books, paintings, old forts and museums. But if you really want to know what it was like, you need to meet this man, Morris Carter from Casper, Wyoming. Carter runs an outfit called Historic Trails West, and he knows the Oregon Trail better than anyone you'll ever find. He's done all 2,500 miles of it in a wagon he built from Independence, Missouri to Astoria, Oregon. Today, he can take you on a part of the trail too, right next to the still visible ruts in the Wyoming prairie that were left by those original pioneers.
We travel on the actual ruts of the old Oregon, California, and Pony Express trails. We're right on the actual old ruts of the trail, going down the exact same terrain that the settlers traveled going to Oregon and California.
You can ride in a wagon or ride alongside on horseback. His overnight trips offer lodging under the stars in Indian teepees. The food is fantastic. Jennifer and I tagged along on a recent trip. We were amazed at the beauty of the prairie, even as a summer thunderstorm swept down off the mountains. We brought our Roadtrek motorhome to the campsite and spent the night in it, next to the wagon train and the teepees. And while our modern covered wagon was a lot more comfortable than the ones the pioneers traveled in, we came away with a whole new respect for what was involved for that great migration west.
Day after day after day, after a while, would take its toll on animals and people and equipment. They never knew what the trail was going to be like ahead of them. Day after day, you had a big rainstorm out in the front, and then the next day they would send out scouts to check and see what the trail was like. And then when they went into noon up, they would send out actually a wagon load of men to recondition the trail ahead if it was impassable for wagons.
How many people came this way? And what does this mean to the United States?
Well, there's a varied amount of people that they've tried to figure out how many went. And when we did the trail in '93, they were somewhere around 250,000, but they've upped that to over 500,000 people. Traveled to Oregon, California, and of course then later the states in between. But this trail was literally the four-lane continent of the four-lane highway of the continent.
Road trekking across North America. I'm Mike Wendland. Thanks for watching.